The Catholic world is in shock. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, once a beacon of hope and progressive leadership, collapsed in court moments after hearing his sentence. This unprecedented turn of events has left his legacy hanging in the balance and has sparked intense debate around the world. How did this happen? What does this mean for the future of the Church? Let's dive into the shocking details. For years, Cardinal Tagle was known as one of the most respected figures in modern Catholicism. He was a symbol of warmth, inclusivity, and progress. As the head of Caritas Internationalis, he championed social justice, speaking for the poor and marginalized. His calls for greater openness in the Church made him a beloved figure, yet also drew criticism from conservative factions. Rumors swirled about Tagle's potential path to the papacy, especially as Pope Francis pushed for reform. However, fresh controversies disturbed his once sterling reputation. Critics accused him of failing to address misconduct within the clergy and remaining silent on sensitive church issues, such as the Vatican's agreement with the Chinese government. Then came the verdict that changed everything. As news of Cardinal Tagle's sentencing spread, the world reacted with disbelief. Many could not fathom how such a celebrated leader could face such a fate. Some see him as a victim of political power struggles, while others argue that he must be held accountable for past actions or inactions that affected many lives. The shocking collapse in court only added to the drama. With this stunning development, questions began to swirl about what had truly happened behind closed doors. Would the Church emerge stronger from this crisis? Or would it lead to deeper divisions within the Vatican? Cardinal Tagle's leadership was never without controversy. While he championed inclusivity and fought for the rights of the marginalized, critics questioned his silence on key issues. Some accused him of turning a blind eye to problems within the Church, including the Vatican's dealings with China and alleged political involvement in Manila. His supporters, however, viewed him as a courageous voice for modern values. He gained immense popularity among younger believers and was seen as a strong advocate for social justice. Yet, despite his efforts, the divisions within the Church grew deeper, and traditional members saw his progressive stance as a threat to long-standing tolerance. With the verdict now delivered, many are asking, is this the end of his once promising path? Before his fall, Cardinal Tagle was viewed as a potential leader who could steer the Church towards a more inclusive and compassionate future. His advocacy for social justice, his role in Caritas Internationalis, and his efforts to bridge gaps between tradition and modernity earned him admiration from millions. Yet his leadership was not without flaws. Critics argue that his approach to church governance was too lenient, especially when it came to political entanglements and handling of clergy misconduct. His quiet stance on the Vatican's deal with China raised questions about his ability to take a strong stand on critical issues. The verdict has now cast a shadow over his once bright legacy. Will he be remembered as a progressive force for change, or will his silence on key issues overshadow his achievements? Cardinal Tagle's leadership has always sparked debate. While he reached out to the poor and championed social justice, accusations of political interference and inaction on pressing church matters clouded his reputation. Some of the most debated aspects of his leadership include: critics claim he allowed clergy in Manila to deliver politically charged sermons, blurring the line between religion and politics. His quiet stance on the controversial deal with the Chinese Communist Party led many to question his commitment to protecting Chinese Catholics. Some believe he failed to take decisive action when faced with allegations of misconduct within the Church, showing hesitation instead of strong leadership. Despite these criticisms, his supporters argue that he was a man of compassion, dedicated to bridging the gap between tradition and modern values. His use of social media to spread messages of hope made him a beloved figure, particularly among younger generations. Cardinal Tagle's dramatic collapse in court has only intensified global speculation. Was it the weight of the verdict? Was it his health? Or was it the realization that his legacy might never recover? With his fate now decided, the Catholic Church faces a defining moment. Will this event mark a turning point for reforms, or will it push the Church back toward its more traditional roots? Observers are left wondering if younger leaders will follow in his footsteps, or if his downfall will deter future reformists from challenging the status quo. This shocking event has left millions questioning what's next for the Catholic Church. Will Tagle's fall lead to renewed calls for reform, or will the Church return to a more conservative path? One thing is certain: the world is watching closely. The coming days may reveal more details about the circumstances surrounding his sentencing. Until then, the shock remains fresh, and the debates continue. Cardinal Tagle's journey, once seen as destined for greatness, now stands at an uncertain crossroads. His story serves as a reminder that even the most celebrated figures can face moments of reckoning. Only time will tell how history will remember Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle. But for now, the world remains in disbelief at the sudden fall of a man who once seemed poised to bring fresh hope and change to the Catholic Church.